I personally owe Jalen Brunson a huge apology. I was not all the way familiar with his game. Been a really good player for years now, and it's been great since getting to New York. Even so, specifically at the end of last year, I would hear his name in conversations that I ain't think he had no business being in. I was absolutely wrong. Turns out, he actually better than them guys that I thought were clearly over him. And it's so interesting watching him do this to the league because he wasn't supposed to get much better coming out of school. He was a 3-year guy, so most thought he was already a finished product with not the highest ceiling and would just be a good NBA player. Instead, he took all the things that made him National Player of the Year his junior year and completely translated them over to the league. And then some. It's wild to watch a small guard completely Schmegeldorf teams more inside the arc, but that is exactly what Jalen Brunson does. Jalen is an interesting evaluation because he is shorter, not crazy fast or explosive vertically, but he is very quick and shifty, using a lot of good hezzies and a great push cross that he frequently goes to get downhill. He do have him a good first step and is able to just blow by. I want to bring up a couple things he loved going to. First is the pound dribble, a real versatile and powerful move to go to. He'll more often use the low pickup off it, keeping the rock out of reach of steal attempts and stuff like that. But on occasion, he will use the high variation going over the top of the defense. Secondly, the inside hand finish. It's a much faster layup than the traditional opposite hand and leg they teach you as a youngin', and it helps when you're trying to beat a rotating defender to the rim. It's his change in the speed in conjunction with his head fakes that get so many people. Now with all that out the way, Jalen Brunson really make his money in the mid-range, specifically in that 4 to 14 foot range. He's great at both picking and getting to his spots, cause I ain't gonna lie, his bag is endless. A lot of the time, it ain't even about blowing all the way by, rather just getting the way he want to so he can hop step. This is where Jalen Brunson wanna be. He is so great working off of 2 feet, bro, cause now he can dig in the Duffy and hit you with countless pump fakes to get you jumping, a series of pivots, or a combination of the two using the up and under. He literally works as a little post player, killing folks with the footwork, showing to have a clear understanding of post angles to completely lead defenders in the dust, as well as his strength. He got that stout, stocky build, allowing him to handle the contact that he will often initiate. He really carves out his space in the lane through a combo of them aforementioned pivots. But also, he is one of the premier bumpers of the league. Real subtle work, knocking guys off balance, making them feel like they gotta swipe down at the rock, creating a lot of his and ones. And I'll use his propensity to work off 2 feet to get into his wonderful flow game, cause you will see a good amount of his floaters come off of 2. He real keen at finding space to get these shots up. But he's got a complete floater game, as any smaller guard has to be as effective as he is. My favorite being the same hand, same foot float, because it completely throws off your defender's timing. You can usually get it off before people can even react, cause you don't just expect floaters off the off foot. And moving back further, you get to see Jalen's great abilities as a separator to create for middies. One of the reoccurring moves is a real short step back. That does create the little bit of space needed to rise up, but also helps you stay on balance so you can get into your shot faster. You see Jalen put in a lot of work in the mid-range, especially in crunch time. So inside the arc, boy, Brunson is one of the most complete players you're gonna find. But unfortunately, he has also become a real sniper from 3. Up to 7 attempts a game, by far the highest of his career, on 40% this year. He's really good at walking into him off pick and rolls, as bigs try and cover him coming off screens too low, for reasons we spoke on earlier. But the bag work shows itself out here too, having the deep toolbox and confidence to consistently take and make these shots. Now, while most of Brunson's shots overall are unassisted on, he does get a couple threes a game up off the catch, and he's shown to be pretty effective in them situations. And it give the defense a little switch up cause obviously he's on ball creating most of the time. So with how well he shoot off the catch, I think running him off more screens or just letting him find the open creases in the defense off ball can unlock him even further. The way I feel like I've just ascended the past month or two in regards to Jalen Brunson is so crazy to me. He is dead one of the best basketball players on the planet and does it differently than most guys his size, all for just over 100 M's a year. So regardless of the contract, easily one of the best of all time. Bringing in Jalen Brunson already has proven to be a huge move, one of them franchise-altering drums, and he's quickly led them to more success than they've had in a while. He's still young, right on the cusp of his prime for real, and steadily improving, with a real solid roster around them. They are a dark horse in my opinion to make a rather deep run. I don't see no championship though, realistically. Y'all already know little guys don't be leading chip-winning platoons. There's literally only 2 real exceptions ever, so don't come and try and attack me like folks was trying to crucify Becky Hammond.
If your best player is small, you're not winning. John Stockton, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash, you could go down the list. Steph Curry. but also, though, I mean, he's the greatest shooter to ever walk the planet. He's in an outlier class.
Okay.
But she was correct. But Jalen Brunson got both the game and he got heart. And he does have a solid little chance to add his name to that list, so I'm interested to see if he can actually do it. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Even though I ain't personally come on here and give my prior opinions on Jalen Brunson as a player, I still felt like it was only right if I came on here and admitted that I was completely wrong. Anyways, though, if you did enjoy, like the video, subscribe, leave any kind of comments that you got. You can follow all my other social medias. I'll link them in the description and all that. And I'm going to see y'all soon in the next one.